Hello my fans, everyone who watched my channel. Today we're going to see different news in war. Ukraine has carried out major air offensive on Russia border regions a day after Moscow launched its biggest wave of airlift on Kiev and other Ukrainian regions since the war began. The Ukrainian armed forces posted a video on Telegram depicting the sky above Belgrade showing at least one building on fire. Belgrade's governor said at least one person was killed and 10 homes were damaged, while the water supply to the city of Belgrade was disputed. Russia Defense Ministry says 13 Ukrainian rockets were intercepted. In the neighboring Bryansk region, the governor said 6 Ukrainian drones were downed and that there were no casualties. Ukraine's military did not immediately comment on the impact of the attacks. The attacks brought the deaths of 31 people in Ukraine, making what Kiev described as the biggest day of airlifts since the war began. The 18-hour onslaught left more than 144 people injured, within any known number buried under rubble. Officials reported among the damaged buildings were a maternity hospital, apartment blocks, and schools. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia used every sort of weapon. It has launched the biggest aerial bombardment of the world, including 158 drones and hypersonic, ballistic, and cruise missiles. At least 31 killed after Russia launched a wave of strikes across Ukraine. The intensified attacks from Russia have once again been strongly condemned by the international community. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned Russia's attack in the strongest terms, said attack on civilians must end immediately. Within hours, the Ukraine announced the dispatch of hundreds of defense missiles to Kiev, with minister condemning Russia President Vladimir Putin's barbarity. United States President Joe Biden cited the 18 hours bombardment and underscored that the Russia president must be stopped. Meanwhile, a Polish general reported that Russian missiles appeared to have entered the airspace of NATO member after any unidentified aerial object was spotted during the Russia attacks on Ukraine. Right, we're going to see another news. We see another news. Yes, Ukraine could shoot down Russia heavy bombers. No, I wouldn't be easy. There are no evidence Ukrainian forces shot down a Russia Air Force Tupolev 2020 M3 bomber during Russia's largest ever mass air raid targeting Ukrainian civilians on Friday. but Ukrainian sources have claimed one of the twin-engine swing-wing bombers disappeared from Ukrainian radar scopes over crash 100 miles from the Russia border with Ukraine. If the Ukrainians were to target Russia T-22 in the air, realistically there's just one surface-to-air missile system that could do it, the old Soviet S-200. But just barely and not always. Soviet industry developed the S-100 in 1916 in order defense city and military bases against American high-altitude bombers. It graduated whereupon the F-860 and F-818 missiles were more than 30 feet long and weigh 8 tons on launch. As S-200 battery launchers travel slowly along with torquing and square pair radars on heavy tractor trailers, the torquing radar spot target hundreds of missiles away. The square pair keeps a lock on target and sends signals to steer missiles toward a hit. The F-816 powered warhead scatters 10,000 of ball bearing in retrocrowd. In any air defense role, any S-200 should have no problems hitting target as high as 1,300 feet as far away as 190 miles. Under ideal conditions, missiles might range 215 missiles. That 100 miles further than Ukraine-based American-made Patriot Pac-2 surface-to-air missiles. Ukraine inherited S-200 battery from the Soviet Union back in 1991. Just how many S-200S and F-860 over 880 Ukraine might have at its disposal is unclear. That Ukrainian Air Force operated the system until around 2013, after Russia widened its war on Ukraine starting in February 2022. The Ukrainians reactivated some of the air-old S-200 components and began lobbing the F-816 over 818 at Russia target on the ground more than 200 miles away. Presumably, after modifying the missiles with additional guidance hardware. We haven't seen any clear evidence of Ukrainians deploying their S-200 in their original surface-to-air role, but that doesn't mean they couldn't do so or haven't already done so. There could be hundreds of old F-860 and 880 in strong in Ukraine and hundreds more in the arsenals of Kiev, ex-Warsaw packed areas. There are rumors Bulgaria recently donated to Ukraine some of its own S-200 components. Big lumbering Russia bombers flying at high altitude would be ideal target for Ukraine S-200 if the Russian flew close enough to the Ukrainian border to inch inside the S-200 or so mid-range. The problem for Ukrainian air defense commanders is that all Russian bombers fire cruise missiles that can range much further than 200 miles. The 22 M3 only standard land attack missile, the Kiev 22 and 32 launchers further than 500 miles. As S-200 battery would need to be well forward of a T-22M3 target city as in hundreds of miles in order to target a clear shot at the bombs.